games were blocking the camera. Anyways, welcome back to another monthly live stream. Today we have a ton of games to go through. I got a little bit too much. Hello Jody and hello Ellie. Thank you for joining my live stream. Today we got a whole bunch of games to go through. We got this month. This has been a fun month when it came to video games pickups, and I'm really excited to show off everything that I got. Now, I'm going to go through the games in alphabetical order, and each game I did film a individual unboxing for, some myself, some with the help of my friend Ellie, and not all of them have went live yet, so if you see a game that you're interested in and the full video is not up yet, it will be coming soon. Anyways, let's get started. So, going through the games in alphabetical order. First up, we have a game called Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo. This looks like a action-adventure game with a really, really intriguing mystery, and I'm definitely going to have to try this out sooner than later because when I made the unboxing video of this, I'm like, this sounds like a really intriguing game. Nothing really inside, but it did come with a really cool limited edition with a art book, so it's really nice, and there's a full video for it if you want to check it out. Now, if you see anything that interests you while I'm doing this video, comment and let me know what you think. Anyways, that's the first game. Next game is Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? This is based off the TV show, which I don't know much about. And I probably won't do very good in this game because I didn't go to normal schools. I went to special religious Jewish schools focused on Jewish studies. So I wouldn't know, learn a lot of subjects that would have been covered there. Now the next game is a game I imported from Japan. Jody, you are smarter than a hamster. Hopefully most of us are smarter than hamsters. So Astria Ascending, this game did get an ESRB release, but I imported it from Japan for a really good price. I believe there's also like a collector edition for this game, but I did not get it. This game does run fully in English. I'm going to have to check out this one out at some point. The next game is another one from Japan. I made a order from a website called Shibuya for a bunch of games and a bunch of merchandise, which I did do a video for all that merchandise that I got, and I will be showing off in this live stream some of it as well. But more detail in that full video. Anyways, we have a Bookbound Brigade. This looks like a interesting style game. I mostly got it because I like the name of it. It reminded me of a book series called Descendants of a Bookworm. A Bookbound Brigade is fun, Jody says. That's actually cool because I have never heard of this game until I saw this on the Japanese website. So it's good to know that someone has played it. I mean, it reminded me of a book series called Descendants of a Bookworm. I was like, no, let's just get it for the fun of it. This was really cheap, so I was like, no, why not? Next game is a game that I saw a bit about and looked really interesting. I finally picked it up for myself. We have a Centennial Case of Sojima Story, and this is like a full motion video game from Square Enix and looks really intriguing, and I got this for a pretty good price, so I'm happy about it. I'm gonna have to definitely check this out. Next up, we got the elusive Final Fantasy 1 through 6 Pixel Remaster. Now, this is the PlayAsia version because fuck Square Enix US. I'm sorry, they did not handle the release of this game, but thankfully PlayAsia and VGP saved everyone and helped everyone that needs to get this game. I have not actually played any of the mainline Final Fantasies yet. Besides, I started the Switch port of 7 and the Switch port of 10, but I didn't get far into either. But I'm really happy to have this for my collection, and there's going to be a lot of Final Fantasy in this month. I definitely went to pad out my collection for the Final Fantasy franchise, and this started it for this month. Yeah, anyways, Jody, you should pick this up, but look, thankfully between PlayAsia and VGP, this is very easy to find, and for a good price. I think even VGP and PlayAsia are cheaper than Square Enix US was charging because that website charges an insane amount for shipping. Final Fantasy has grown on you over the years. It's always been interested. I need to play it, and I love theater with a Final Fantasy. I can't get enough of that. But for some reason, I just never find time for the main ones. And next up is a game from Super Rare Games. We have Dungeon Defenders Awakened. This is the 90th game in their lineup. And it came with, I got in the triple pack, it came with the trading cards, which I did actually just post the unboxing video for the trophy pack. I posted that one today. It looks interesting. Next is another game from my Japan order. We have Death's Gambit Afterlife. This game also did get a physical ESRB release, but I did the import because I got it for a great price. Jody says, still waiting on your limited run orders. Was this a limited run distribution game? I'm not sure. Which one are you referring to for limited run? I do have some limited run distribution games in this month, but I'm not sure if Death's Gambit was one of them. I don't think it was, because I think I got retail. Alright, next up we have Final Fantasy Crisis Core, or Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Now, this looks like a really, really good game. I've heard really good things about this. And this is a port of the PSP game. Oh, Jody says, no, you have 4 orders with them. What games you want to play? I have, I don't even know how many orders with them. I just, gave up focusing on limited run. I order what I order, and I get it when I get it, and I don't think about the in between. Anyways, Final Fantasy Crisis Core. This looks like an awesome game. I've heard great things about this version of the game. And I'm really happy I got it. I didn't get it right away. I kind of waited to get it for a little bit cheaper because I knew I wouldn't be playing it right away, and I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. So I finally have it. So that's the second Final Fantasy game in this month. Thing. Ellie Birnbaum says it was a good game. Yes, I've heard a ton about it from you. I really enjoyed hearing your thoughts as you played through your PS5 version. Next up, we got another Final Fantasy game. We have Choboko Racing GP. Oh, Jody, you got some steelbooks. If there's a steelbook, I have it ordered, but thank you for the offer. And yes, I forgot to say the Crisis Core did come with a steelbook. I got that steelbook right away, but I didn't get the copy right away. Thank you for reminding me about that, Jody. I should have grabbed it for this live stream before I started, but I forgot. Anyways, you can look on my channel because there is, search on my channel for the steelbook because I showed it off in a video. Actually, Ellie did that video. So Choboko Racing GP. So this is a racing game. I've heard mixed things about it because of the whole season pass and DLC and microtransaction systems in this game. It looks like a cute racing game with Final Fantasy characters. And I got this for a really good price with the Japanese copy, fully playable in English. And this did not get a ESRB physical release, but I did get one in Europe and other countries with an English cover. But I got the Japanese cover. Jody said she got the first Choboko game, which is right here. I finally got myself a copy of Choboko Mystery Dungeon Everybody. I've been looking to get this for a while casually because I'm mostly focusing on ESRB related games and not imports, but I do want to get this for my Final Fantasy collection. And I finally got it. I got both of these games through that Japanese website I made an order from. And I got these for really good prices, so I'm really happy. This one was a little more expensive than this one, but comparatively for the price I paid, I'm really happy for what I got for this. I really have to check this out sometimes because it looks really good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jody. This looks, cute little game that I will have to try. So now there's 4 Final Fantasy related games in this order, but we're not done yet. Anyways, we'll get back to Final Fantasy later. Next, we have Lost in Play from Super Rare Games. This is game number 88 in their thing. So Choboko came with a code for DLC, but I got a used copy from Japan. I'm not even going to bother trying to use the code. Anyways, Lost in Play. This game looks really, really cute from Super Rare Games. I really like the looks of it. And we did have a full unboxing with everything that came with this, the trading cards and stuff. And it did come with the Steelbook bundle. So that's our first Steelbook we're showing in this live stream, but the second Steelbook from this month. A really, really nice Steelbook. I like this one. So you can see more detail in my full unboxing video for that, which was posted today. Anyways, next up we have a game that I'm not supposed to have yet. We got Loop 8, Summer of Gods. Now, I pre-ordered this from Target. They had a buy one, get one 50% off, so pre-ordered this with another XE game that slipped my mind for a minute. But anyways, got this with the lovely Celestial Edition. Really nice unboxing. If you want to see the full one, check out my video for that. But yeah, looks like a really intriguing game. I didn't try it yet because I'm just too busy playing Zelda. But I'm like, I got this early, I should have tried it. But anyways, this comes out next week, I think on the 6th. So if you're interested in this, check it out. It does look very interesting. I don't even think I saw any trailers, just like the premise of it sounds really intriguing for me. Next up, we have Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, this is a game that's probably dominating everyone's months. Platypus says, really hoping that Loop 8 is good. I like the premise and style. I did see some reviews coming out for it today. I didn't really look at it, reviews for Loop 8, but if you're interested, I did see reviews coming out for it today. I saw Nosy Pixel posted a review. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. Jody, you're 555 hours in Tears of the Kingdom. That's awesome. I don't think I'm that far in hours-wise. I don't actually know, but I'm going to guess about like 30, 40 hours. But I am loving it. I was playing a ton today. Right now I'm just trying to map out the depths, just going through all the light routes. I'm glitching the game. I'm using all the duplication glitches and stuff because I find that fun. And exploring. So right now I'm trying to map out the depths. I did half the shrines already. 76 shrines are completed. I'm not sure how many light routes, but I'm almost done mapping it out. And I'm loving this game. And it's awesome. Now, with this game, I don't know if anyone didn't see my unboxing video for Legend of Zelda. I got a ton of stuff for it. I'm going to go through that later in the video once I get a little further. Jody said you almost got the depths done. It's good. Ellie said only about 2 or 3 hours in. I'm focusing on Xenoblade Chronicles while playing Tears of the Kingdom. Ellie, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is incredible. Tears of the Kingdom is great. I know the fuse mechanic. I don't love it personally myself, so I'm not really messing around too much with that. But I am having fun with it. Now, as I was saying, I do have a ton of stuff related to Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm going to go through that later in the video, so stay tuned on the live stream, because we're going to focus on the games first. But before, I'm not going to pull out the collector edition for it, but we have the steelbook handy, and this is a lovely steelbook. Yeah, Breath of the Wild was incredible, really blew my mind, because when the Switch came out, I wasn't into gaming as much as I am now, so that game really, really opened my mind up. Between Tears of the Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 really opened my mind for gaming and what gaming could do and what gaming can be, and really made me love gaming as much as I do now. Because I've gamed very, very casually before then. Next up, we have Kill La Kill F. This is a Japanese copy of the game. This game came out in the ESRB a while ago. The ESRB copy got quite rare, but I found this Japanese copy for a really good price. I am curious though. Breath of the Wild, right? Or sorry, Tears of the Kingdom this month, the game of the month, right? No doubt about that. But what is everyone else's favorite game from this month? Like, what are you playing? Cass is your favorite character other than Rauru. Nice. Cass is good. I loved Sidon. Sidon's my favorite character. But anyways, if you are playing a game other than Tears of the Kingdom, let me know what is your game of the month for you. For me, just Tears of the Kingdom, because that's really all I'm playing. Yeah, Ultra Hand is annoying, Ellie. Anyways, next game we have In Sound Mind. This actually just got delivered today. Filmed an unboxing video for this right before I started this live stream. Anyways, I got this from Gamefly. This game looks like an interesting horror game, which horror is not my usual genre, but it comes with a code and stuff. But it looks like an interesting game. Jody, nothing big at the moment that beats that. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom, I know, like, it's the top of anyone's list right now. And I'm loving it. But it's not the game I'm looking forward to most this year. That is coming in July. Anyways, next up, my number 2 game for this month, Humongous Classics Collection. Now, growing up, I didn't have any consoles or anything. I did have a PC, which I played some games on. And the Humongous games were definitely what I played the most growing up. Between all the Pajama Sam, Spy Foxes, Freddy Fish, and Putt-Putt, I played all of them, and I loved all of them, and I played each one multiple times growing up. And when they first announced that they're coming to consoles back in 2019, I was getting super excited. And when they finally announced that, I was like, awesome, bought some of them digitally. And when they announced the physical, I was freaked out. I was so excited. And now we finally have it. I'm really excited. Jody says she wants to get Fantasy Life because the 3DS one was great. It looks interesting. Not really my speed usual for a game, but definitely looks interesting. I'm really glad Level 5 is coming back for that. Nice. I'm not 100% sure who Christine Kiances is, but yeah. Anyways, I'll have to look that up. Anyways, the Humongous Classics Collection. This game includes 6 games from the Humongous Library. There's Pajama Sam No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside, Thunder and Lightning Ain't So Frightening, Freddy Fish and the Case of the Stolen Conch Shell, Putt Travels Through Time, Putt Saves the Zoo, and Spy Fox and Dry Cereal. Jody Schmack, Kevin Tenson. I love Kevin Tenson's videos. I was wondering if that was who you're referring to, but anyways, thanks for that, letting me know. So yeah, these games are definitely made for kids, but the nostalgia aspect for me was incredible for this. And my little brother doesn't play a lot of games, but when I visit my parents, I play these games. Yeah, so really, really happy. I'm gonna have to play through these all once I'm done Tears of the Kingdom. Hammerfist, welcome to the live stream. You missed a lot, so you're gonna have to watch the recap when it goes up. And your Zelda's still waiting here for you. Anyways, Ellie mentioned Decaplease from the makers of Layton. Yes, Decaplease looks so good, and Layton 7's coming finally. Level 5, just their comeback is having me so excited. Hammerfist, you were eating the snacks you didn't provide. I told you the snacks are here. You have to come here for the snacks. I have plenty of snacks here. Anyways, the next game is also a game that came today from Gamefly. We have Matto Anomalies. This is a really interesting looking RPG. I'm gonna have to check out. I didn't pick it up right away, but I got it from Gamefly for a great price. Looks really, really intriguing. Gonna have to look that up. If anyone comes here, I have snacks. I always have snacks in my house. Next up, we have Portafor, PO4A Episode A 1926. Jody says you want hugs. I am not a huge hugger, but I'll give hugs to whoever wants. This is a interesting looking Otome game with a pretty cool collector edition. It's the second one in the series, but I haven't played either of them yet. I will definitely have to get to them at some point. It looks pretty interesting. Next up, we have Record of Lotus War, Daedalus in Wonder Labyrinth. I always get confused what the name of this game is. This did get a ESRB release, but I got it again from that Japanese website for a really good price. It looks like an interesting game that I will have to check out. Next up, we have Rico London from Eskies. This is the second Rico game on the Switch. It's a shooter. Looks interesting. Next up, we have RP Golf Legends, or I don't know how to pronounce this name properly. Anyways, this is a game originally from the limited run distribution line, but I got through their Amazon store. Jody says my backlog is overwhelming. Yeah, my backlog's overwhelming. I don't even call it a backlog anymore. I just have my collection, my shelf, my library, whatever you want to call it, and I play what I play, and yeah. Next up, we have Saga Scarlet Grace from Square Enix. Now, I do want to trying to pick up all the Sega games that the Square Enix games that they put out slowly, and I saw this for a good price on the Japanese website, so I ordered it, not realizing that this Saga game did not have English on the cart. There is the English version, but the Japanese version does not have it. Now, most of the other ones from Square Enix do have English on the cart, but this one doesn't, and I was looking up a little bit about it, and apparently the Japanese version came out about a year before the English version came out, so that's why this doesn't have English. That's even digitally, not just physically. So, yeah, this isn't going to go on my shelf, it's going to go in my closet, but I bought it, so I'm showing it off. Hammerfist said he likes my shirt, thank you for that. Limited Run and Shantae, good combination. Anyways, The Spirit and the Mouse, game number 89 from Super Rare Games. This looks like a pretty interesting game. And you see the full unboxing video for all the cards and whatnot. Another game that came today, we have a SpongeBob Krusty Cook-Off. It's a SpongeBob game that looks interesting. I got it for cheap on Gamefly. I don't know what to say about this. Next up, we have Tatio Milestones. I got this on sale from Amazon. I actually got this a while ago, but I actually shipped it to my parents' house, and then it got lost in my parents' house, and then eventually my mom found it, so finally got it this month. Old school arcade games. Some of them look interesting. Might check it out. Next is another limited run distribution lineup game. We have Unpacking from Humble Games. Got this through their Amazon storefront though. Now this game looks like an interesting game. I kind of like just didn't focus on it right away. But then I heard that this game actually has Jewish representation in it, which is very, very uncommon for video games. So I'm like, okay, I gotta pick this up now. Now, in unpacking, apparently, just like unpacking a family stuff, so there are no like real characters, but apparently there are some Jewish items that you unpack. There's a menorah, a mezuzah, and it's really cool to see a little bit of Jewish representation. Jody says unpacking's the best. I'm glad you like it. I'm gonna have to check it out. It looks really, really interesting, and I'm glad to hear some good things about it from someone. Next up, we have Waku Waku Sweets from ASCII's Games. I'm not really sure too much about this game, but it looks cute. It looks interesting. And yeah, now one more Switch game we got this month. We have World of Final Fantasy Maxima. Now this game did come out a while ago on the Switch, but not in the US. And I finally got it. Now this is the 5th Final Fantasy game that I got this month. So I think like with this, I'm calling my Final Fantasy collection on the Switch complete. The only Final Fantasy I don't have between physical and digital is the Crystal Chronicles, which is only digital in English. There's no English physical for that game. And Theatrhythm I have digitally. I will get the physical eventually. I wanted to buy the deluxe edition, digital deluxe edition for that game. I will pick up the physical eventually. But otherwise, I have all the other Final Fantasy games physical, besides for 15 Pocket, which does not have a physical. So I have all the Final Fantasy games on the Switch now, besides for Crystal Chronicle, which doesn't really interest me because it's like a multiplayer-focused game with no English physical. Maybe I'll get it if I see it on sale for a good price at some point digitally. But with that, I'm calling my Final Fantasy collection complete. Now, these are all the games. Final Fantasy Maximum looks a really interesting RPG. These are all the Switch games, but there's a lot of more stuff to show off. There's one Final Fantasy you won't be able to get on the Switch, Final Fantasy 11 Online. So the Switch does not even have all the mainline Final Fantasies. It doesn't have 11, it doesn't have 13, and it doesn't have 14. 15, it has the Pocket version. So, and obviously 16 is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Now, for other systems, I got a couple games. So first off, I got a 3DS game called Shifting World. Got it from sale from ASCII's website. Looks kind of interesting. Didn't open it yet. There's a couple other ASCII's games that I got on their store on sale. Now, while I was making that order from that Japanese site, I got the Sora no Kaseki trilogy PSP copies. I have the English PSP copy for Trails in the Sky, or Sora no Kaseki, but Sora no Kaseki Second Chapter and Sora no Kaseki the Third did not get an English physical release on any platform. So I didn't have those two games, and this bundle I paid like $10 for. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get this so I could say I have physical copies of all the games, besides for Kuro and Kuro Crimson Sin, because those aren't out in English yet. Maybe I'll pick up a Japanese collection physicals for those beforehand. Who knows? But anyways, the first 10 Kaseki games I now have. Basically, I also did get the Japanese PS4 Collector Edition for Sen no Kaseki 4, Trails of Cold Steel 4, End of Saga. It's a cool collector edition. Not really much in here if you don't speak Japanese. I'm not 100% sure why I got this. The major reason why I got this was because of what it was bundled with for a really good price. Now, it came with a really cool wall scroll, which I'll kind of show soon, not really show. But the main thing I got it for was this. Sen no Kaseki featuring Reinford. This is a really, really nice pocket watch. So over here we have the chain, and over here we have the pocket watch, which is really, really nice. Now, the actual pocket watch does not have any like branding on it, Kaseki, but I thought it was really nice, and I paid a really good price for this whole bundle. So between now the first 10 Kaseki games, I have half of them in English because I have now Sora no Kaseki trilogy. Sen no Kaseki. Sora no Kaseki trilogy. I have Sen no Kaseki 4, and I already have the Japanese PS4 version of Hajimari no Kaseki. So I did a full unboxing video for this, but it came with a really nice wall scroll, which I'm not going to open up. I also did order 2 other wall scrolls. So I have 2 wall scrolls based off of Sen no Kaseki 4, and 1 wall scroll based off of Sen no Kaseki 3, Trails Trails of Cold Steel. I also got this pretty cool towel for Sword of Sen no Kiseki 4. This is, I know of 4 of these towels so far. I have 3 of them. I have 2 of them. I have the one focusing on the Liberal cast, and I have one focusing on the Crossbell cast. I've seen one focusing on New Class 7 and Old Class 7, but I don't have those yet. Now, I'm going to go back to my big bag from Nintendo New York, and we're just going to slowly randomly pull out items so this I can show you what they are. There's a bunch of different stuff in here. So first up, we have the wooden plaque for for Tears of the Kingdom. This was the GameStop pre-order bonus. The pack from Nintendo isn't big enough. It's just been sitting in my room filled with random stuff, and it's great. It's the first time I actually left the store with a Donkey Kong bag for myself. I have 3 different bags, different sizes. The smallest one is Mario, middle is Link, and the biggest one is Donkey Kong. I did once get a Donkey Kong bag, but I was shopping for someone else. This is the first time I did one for myself. So there's a lot of Tears of the Kingdom merchandise in here, which I did show off in my Tears of the Kingdom video. There was also some other Nintendo merchandise that I got from the My Nintendo store with the points. And yeah, anyways, here we have the Splatoon and a crossover with Zelda keychains. There's plastic film on this, but I didn't open this yet, so I'm not really planning on opening this, but there's keychains for the Splatfest teams. Here's a little zipper pouch, Kirby and Magolor for Kirby Return to Dreamland. That was from the My Nintendo shop. Here we have a poster for Tears of the Kingdom that Nintendo New York gave out for buying Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry about that. Here we have a Pokemon Scarlet Violet notebook from the My Nintendo Rewards program. Here we have the Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo. This is not actually mine. This is for someone else. But here's mine. Anyways, we have a closed one. Whenever you're ready to pick this up, it's here. If you're still watching. Jody, you need that amiibo. It's a really nice amiibo. Then we have the Tears of the Kingdom arm sleeve, which is all messed up in packaging. This is the GameStop pre-order bonus. There's the awesome zipper pouch from Target. And in here also is a pin that Nintendo gave out. The Nintendo store. This is from Target. The Tears of the Kingdom launch day, I barely played it because I was running around town going shopping for all this random merchandise. We also got the Tears of the Kingdom Pro Controller, which I forgot to put on the table. Let me go grab it. 1 second, I'll be back. Here is the Tears of the Kingdom Pro Controller. Whoever just left the last comment, it disappeared from my screen before I was able to see it. I'm sorry about that. There is the Tears of the Kingdom Pro Controller. Of course, we have the awesome Tears of the Kingdom Collector Edition, which is just huge. We have a art print. This is from the Nintendo store. And we have some wall banners from GameStop. Jody said, love the goodies for TO2K. Yes, I love it. And Hammerfist says, goodness. Yeah, this is just GameStop, this wall displays that again put up. And they gave them to me. They had a bunch of other like wall advertisements, which I threw out before I was able to get. But yeah, anyways. One last item which I will show off is the N64 controller. Jody, I'll buy it, give me for shipping. You go shopping at the Nintendo store for me for anything Zelda. I have no problem going to the Nintendo store for people. Unfortunately, right now, most of the Zelda stuff is gone. All the Zelda stuff I showed off here was like freebies from the Nintendo store or from thing. Just the only stuff I bought was the Amiibo and the Pro Controller. I went last week to check for something, and they were like all out of the new Breath of the Wild stuff. They have like all the regular Zelda stuff they have for years, but none of like the Tears of the Kingdom stuff. So if you do want the like just random Zelda stuff, send me a message and I will let you know next time I go. But yeah, anyways, the N64 controller from my Nintendo exclusive. This is not actually mine, it's someone else's, but it's at my house. So, um, yeah, so, yeah, but anyways, I think that's basically everything. It's been a crazy month. Jody says even regular Zelda stuff is fine by me. Let me know. Text or I'll text you next time I'm going to the Nintendo store. Probably sometime next week. I'll be in Times Square. I'm going to Times Square actually this week, so maybe I could go this Friday. I might have time. I'll let you know. Anyways, this is that. Yeah, so that's everything. If you're interested, Friday I'm going to Times Square to see Spider Verse in IMAX. Then after that, I'm going to the theater where they have Hamilton Broadway show. I'm not actually seeing Hamilton, but there is a special event outside the theater at 4 o'clock on Friday where they're having like performers from Into the Woods Broadway and New York Broadway and Juliet Broadway singing songs from the show. So I'm gonna go there and check it out because I've been watching like they've been doing different shows over the last few weeks. So I'm watching online, and I actually I'm gonna be there. So I'm gonna go, but maybe after that I can have time for Nintendo. Anyways, yeah, it's been a fun month with stuff, and let's see what June brings. Um, yeah, we'll talk about it on Jody. Um, anyways, thank you so much for everyone who joined this live stream. This has been a lot of fun. Let me know what you're playing this month, besides for Tears of the Kingdom, because who isn't playing Tears of the Kingdom? June will be stacked. June is, I'm not sure because most of the stuff I'm looking forward to June, I'm not actually sure. My big June release I'm looking forward to is Mastery Raincode and what's the 4th of June? What's for June? Is that 4th of June or in June? I don't know. Which I already paid off the Mastery Detective Collector Edition at GameStop, but that's also the end of the month. I'm not really sure what else is coming out in the month. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a great night. And if you're watching this later, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.